Hey, Father Chuck.
Oh, Mike, come on in.
Hey,
Come on in, Mike.
hey, how you doing? Hey, it's
Oh my God, you looked. Can I just say, fantastic.
thank you, thank you.
Your suits. The more buttons you add, the better they look.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that note. I'm glad you approve. Do you?
You're one of my favorite parishioners. I'll just say it. I know. Sorry, Lord, we're not supposed to take favorites, but well,
Well,
you always show up and you always put at least $50 in the basket.
oh, shucks, Chuck. I mean, listen.
Hey,
You put that.
someone's heard my podcast.
Hey, shucks, Chuck. There you go. I listen
Aw,
every
shucks,
week,
Chuck.
and I'll tell you what you make it very shucks, Chuck is such a great podcast, but I also
Well,
will.
Shucks, Chuck. I'm sorry, you're thinking of Chuck Shucks, which is about, the process of corn farming and processing corn. My podcast is Aw Shucks Chuck, where I, what's that word? Bashfully talk about the Bible.
Yeah, exactly. And I will say, the last few months, you have been hitting really, really hard on the tithe. You've been emphasizing that a lot.
Well, what I really want to emphasize to people is that sure, you can tithe, $1, and that'll get you access to the weekly episodes. But if you bump up to that $5 tier, $10 tier, that's a monthly bonus, a Q&A, physical perks could be coming. We're working on finding a supplier for that. But, hey, what can I say? I'm just trying to get the Lord's word out there. Now, why did you come in to see me
Yeah,
today?
well, don't get me wrong. I love to just shoot the breeze with you here, Father. But I gotta. Do you have a minute? I really kind of have something that I gotta get off my chest.
I think so. I've got Will Arnett coming in later, so
Oh, no kidding.
he shouldn't be here until 3. It's we should be
You've
good.
been pulling some pretty big guests. I mean, you had Paul F. Tompkins
Well,
last week. I was really impressed at that one.
hey, I got the bump. I got that PFT bump.
Yeah. I mean,
He was not totally on board with the Catholic angle. I think he thought it was some sort of improv show, but he was here.
oh, listen.
He said I have to do them.
You could make a Pete Holmes out of him anytime, I'm sure. But but yeah, I regardless, yeah. I hope I won't take. I don't think I'll take up too much of your time. Can I have a seat?
Please sit anywhere,
Okay.
and don't be thrown off. We're gonna get permanent furniture. The pews are just in here for now. Obviously, there's a pew behind my desk. My desk is a pew, and there's a pew on the opposite side of the desk.
And I am noticing the foldable pews from in the actual congregation.
Yeah, the fold-in pews for when more people come over than when we're expecting. Absolutely.
Yeah.
They're great because you can just fold them up, put them on the wall in the garage. It's very convenient.
Yeah, I believe it.
So what's bothering you today, Mike?
Well, you see, it
Mike
actually,
G. That stands for Jesus, right?
not quite. You're a little bit off there. It could be Mike Jesus, but no, it's not. It's actually Mike Jamaica. Not that that's relevant. I want to make this clear. I don't want to. This is not like seal of confession or anything like that. It's nothing like that. I actually just need some advice. So
absolutely. I love when young men come in and ask for advice from their favorite priest. It just warms my heart.
yeah. So
And you didn't want to call into the podcast? You just didn't want to put this out there publicly?
no, I feel like that would be a bit of an invasion of privacy. To be honest with you, I'm a bit of a.
I don't know. I think when I have Dan Savage on and we do it, we have fun.
I have a. This is kind of a private thing. I'm not really one to put like my personal business out there.
Okay. No, I
In
understand.
fact, the fact that you already know my full legal name now already makes me a little bit uncomfortable. Not. I trust you, Chuck. Don't worry. You're a good pal, but also,
It's just between you, me, and the Lord.
yeah. So okay. So my coworkers, right? The mayor, Alex Shear.
Yes, I did vote for the mayor.
Yeah. Oh,
he
you
did
voted
get
for
my
him.
vote. Yeah. Yep.
Great.
I haven't seen him in church. He came and when he was campaigning,
Yeah,
he came by and said he'd be coming to church. He'd see me every Sunday.
Yeah. You know what?
Don't think I've seen him.
No. It turns out he's Pentecostal, actually.
Anyone could have guessed that.
Yeah.
By looking at him, by knowing anything about him.
Listen. That man contains multitudes. He's great.
Yeah, I know him.
You know the mayor, and you also know my other co-host, Adam, right?
Mm, I can't say that I do. Can you describe him for me?
Sure,
Maybe I've seen him after church.
sure.
Maybe at the pancake breakfast.
Maybe if you could imagine what a short, if you could imagine what a short hipster with like a coffee in his hand, if you listening to NPR like that guy, when you picture a hipster with a artisan coffee on his way to a craft brewery with an NPR podcast in his ear as he walks,
Mm.
that face, Adam.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. It- So no like additional dimensions to him like that,
Oh,
just kind of the walking stereotype of a like 2010s hipster.
yeah.
Bow ties and vinyl kind of hipster from the
Well,
early
no, he
2010s.
doesn't do. He doesn't do bow ties.
Suspenders.
He doesn't do. Not anymore. We've talked to him about the suspenders actually. But yeah, no, he's got the Coke bottle glasses. He's got a nice beard, nice 5 o'clock shower at basically all times. He's that kind of guy. About 5 foot even, I think.
Sure, it's not more like 5'5.5" kind of.
No, that's way
somewhere
too
around
tall.
there.
That's way too tall. Way too much.
Even with the lifts in. Okay. So no, I think I've seen him. Does he hang out outside of the car wash with a big sign that says separation of church and state?
That sounds like something he would do. Yeah, that sounds about right.
You know the car wash that's attached to the church.
Yeah.
Used to be the Catholic school, but we ran out of money, so ironically, the car wash was originally to raise money to save the Catholic school, but we were just pulling in absolute bank, so we decided, hey, let's just wash cars in Jesus' name, amen.
No, I understand. It's the old baptism by suds. I understand that. You got that whole up there. It's great. It really is. It brings in numbers,
which seems to be taken off inside the church as well.
The baptism by suds,
saved and cleaned at the same time.
Listen,
people seem to love it.
Listen,
you know how hard it is to bathe a baby.
Yeah, I was gonna say the parents must love doing the twofer. That's got to be very helpful.
They sure do, and it saves them money too, because we charge.
Yeah, hey, listen, we got to turn a profit somehow.
Amen.
Amen.
Hang on, we cut to the middle of the church where the little baptism pool has been replaced with a baby-sized car wash. All right, sir, do you want standard baptism and cleaning, or you want the suds? Like, what do you want for your child today?
I want a double rinse cycle, actually. That'd be great.
All right, hang on. Let me take this. The body of Christ. Let's push him through. Next!
Yeah, I know your friends. What about them?
Okay, so the problem is I'm having trouble sleeping with them. No, like actually, like,
Lord.
like REM, like kind of snoozing kind of stuff.
You and your friends are starting a tribute band?
No, REM, like this, like the sleep cycle, like the rapid eye movement, the dreaming and stuff like that, like actually lying down, getting 8 hours of sleep.
Oh. I don't know that I knew you were in a cohabitative situation, Mike.
I don't. That's
you always come to church alone. I thought maybe you were a bachelor, but it's good to have people to share your home with.
No, it's great. No, like I said, well, Alex has his own religious traditions, and Adam's got to have a ride to the car wash for him to hold up the sign and protest. So we just carpool there. It's great.
Which we're trying to install at the car wash. Get him to stay a little longer.
Exactly. All right, so we were listening to we were basically preparing for our podcast the other night. You know the one, Everybody Loves
Raymond?
Yeah, that's the one.
I love that show.
Yeah, you're a regular listener. We see you in the comments all the time, which we very much appreciate. We were watching season 3, episode 20, Move Over, which is the one about how Raymond...
This is season 3, episode 20, Move Over. When Ray can't sleep because Deborah wants to cuddle with him, Raymond goes and visits his church to get help instead of actually going to therapy. And then he becomes a little too... what? Oh man, was I sleep podcasting again?
You gotta do
What?
better. You gotta do better. I'm right here. I'm in between the two of you. You cannot keep snoring in my ear every single night.
Oh, Mike, why are you scooching away from me? I need my cuddle buddy if I'm gonna sleep.
I don't want to cuddle you.
I don't even see you. Oh, I'm on top of you.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike.
Yep, I'm underneath. That's fine.
Cool.
That was one of my better sleeps. I don't. What's
Yeah,
going on though? What's happening?
I would like to actually sleep. That'd be
Yeah,
nice.
it's what, 2 a.m.
Mhm.
Mike, what the hell's your problem, man?
What the hell's my problem? My problem is that you guys suck at sleeping with people.
What's your problem? What, do you want to upgrade from a twin bed or something?
I would love that actually. If we could get a king bed, I feel like that would be more designed. And I would, you know what? Could I get the edge of the bed every once in a while?
Edge. No, edge is for
What?
winners.
We gave you the bottom edge,
There is no bottom edge.
also known as the foot.
Like a dog.
Guys, it's a twin bed, and the foot of the twin bed is not big enough for my body. It doesn't fit.
Oh my god. Mike, you sound like Ray.
How do I sound like Ray? Ray might have had a point this episode, guys. Have you ever thought about that?
No.
Maybe.
No, well, maybe. I
Mhm.
don't know. Hold on. I gotta go downstairs and get some coffee. Did we get the 16 bags of Arabica that I ordered?
Yes, but the coffee maker's broken. So
I'll just eat it dry.
okay,
fine.
that's good.
You could
I'll be right back.
Bring me some.
boil it and-
You know how he gets Mike without his coffee. Just let him eat his curds.
They call them.
So were you sleeping well?
I think I made it pretty clear that the answer is no to that question. Did you sleep well, Alex?
I mean, yeah, I was getting the what's it called? The sleeping, the deep
sleeping?
sleep. What do you call it? It's the 3 letters.
Oh, are you actually just forgetting? It's REM? Is that what you're referring to?
No, I don't forget. REMPCT. I know.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one. Okay, listen, Alex, we gotta have a conversation here. You
Why?
left the show running on repeat for the entire town of Limbrook for 3 hours straight because you fell asleep on the rewind button of the remote.
Oh my god, that's awesome. Oh,
No,
it's
it
the part
wasn't,
where the
because-
it's the part where the chocolate mix spills,
Yeah.
and just that one part, and Deborah goes no,
Yeah.
and then it's just that over and
You
over
functionally
again.
created a GIF that you are playing to the entire town of Limbrook over and over and over again.
I'm sure they're loving that. I bet chocolate milk mix is gonna skyrocket in sales.
Is that a thing? I always just used
Chocolate syrup.
Yeah,
There
it's
is chocolate milk mix as well. Have you ever had Ovaltine?
no.
Shit's good. Ovaltine is good.
I've not had Ovaltine. I've only ever done the chocolate milk.
Hang on. Adam!
What can I help you with?
Get the Ovaltine
I'm standing
and some milk.
right in front of you, Alex.
Oh. Adam, go get some Ovaltine and some milk.
Jesus. Fine. I'm going to leave my coffee here. 'cause
Yeah. 6
I already
glasses
gotta-
if you wouldn't mind. Oh, and 1 for Mike.
Okay.
All right, if we're just staying up for the night, then I guess we might as well make use of this time, right? We might as well record. But I gotta be honest with you. This sleeping arrangement is not working for me. It is not respectful to me, and I feel like I'm getting the short end of the stick more ways than one.
Well, you remember why we started sleeping like this. I mean, it's the same reason I record our sleeping every night.
What do you mean? Why can you explain that a little bit more? Because I don't remember. I genuinely do not remember.
That's fine. Well, you remember the other night when I was sleeping alone and I heard a noise in the midst of the night? What's that? Oh my god. Oh my god, that could be anything. So yeah, because our place is haunted, that is why I summoned you both to sleep with me, of course, for the last couple nights.
You sure it just wasn't our old buddy Gus hunting Goose?
Nope.
Hunting Gus?
The Gus hunting Goose is his arch enemy.
The Gus hunting Goose and Goose hunting Gus have been going at it for generations.
Yeah. But, because I'm recording us paranormal activity style, but only the audio, because, sometimes I have butt scratches in the middle of the night and no one needs to see that. And sometimes I accidentally scratch your butt. And again, yeah,
Can I go on the record and say that I don't want you scratching my butt anymore?
Dude,
You,
why?
You don't have 24-hour access to my butt.
I just need access during the night.
All right, here's your Overton.
No.
Overton. Here's
Thank
your
you.
Overton.
No, overeating is something else. Here you go, Mike.
All right, thank you.
Listen, guys, I understand the sleeping arrangement has not been ideal.
Nope.
I certainly wasn't a fan of it. I have a king bed at home, and so to come here and share with you guys feels a little bit of a downgrade.
It's like a sleepover, though. Sleepover.
And
Sleepover.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand why we were doing this in the first place either.
Fear.
Alex overheard the latest incident between Goose hunting Gus and Gus hunting Goose, and Gus.
That's a theory. It's not true.
It's almost certainly true.
It's a theory. We have there's no evidence that that's what happened.
Well,
It's a cool bed. I'm surprised you guys haven't complimented me on it all week. It's like one of those race car beds.
Yeah,
race car's a strong word. I mean, it's a Camry.
Okay. Camry, Tomato, whatever.
I've just never seen the reasonably priced mid-size sedan bed. I didn't know. Did you have this made specially or?
No, I mean, look, it was the only one in my price range. I drove it off the bed dealer storefront myself. It was half off because it was a dent in it, so they couldn't sell it at full price. But I buffed that out and,
Mike,
took it to the mechanic, got the mattress fixed up. Runs just like new.
Mike, this is a car.
I'm
car
starting to
with the
realize
roof
that
sawed off.
I'm realizing that
This is a Camry. This is the bottom half of a Camry.
it's not even like convertible. He just like you can see the steering wheel cut in half right over there.
It's on blocks. There's cinder blocks under here.
If we put wheels on this thing, it would run on the highway. There's no doubt in my mind.
Makes me wonder what happened to the top half. Driving through Newstown like I'm asleep, but on the highway. I'm sleep driving.
God dang, that ding down goes.
So, I mean, we're up. We have, 4.5 more glasses of Ovaltine to get through. Adam's got his packet of coffee grinds. Yeah. Mike, how's that Ovaltine? Is it good?
It's actually quite tasty. It's actually quite tasty.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Told you.
You're right.
So,
can I just put some of the Ovaltine in my coffee and see
No,
if it
sorry,
improves
we
it?
don't have enough. Anyway, since we're up, we would have had to record at like 8:00 a.m. tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because Mike has to go to church.
Inconvenient.
They're very inconvenient. All right, listen. This is actually good. There are some parallels between our current situation and the situation that Raymond finds himself in. Okay.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Can you explain?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't get it.
Okay. So listen. Raymond, right, is trying to sleep.
Raymond
Barone.
Okay, it's early. Sorry.
Is trying to sleep.
Now?
That's basically the setup of the episode, right? He's trying to sleep in bed with his wife, and his wife is cuddling him and touching him.
Whose name is
Deborah.
Thank you.
Deborah. You remember Deborah, right? Okay.
I do now.
Okay. So he tries.
Alex has that Farrah Fawcett poster on the opposite wall that he photoshopped to be Deborah. So yeah, I remember.
Very poorly, by the way, I might add. It's very clearly Deborah's head floating on top of the body, but that's a different kind of conversation. Anyway, okay.
It is bleak too, because when you say the body, you're not kidding. It's.
Did Farrah Fawcett die?
She is dead.
She is dead.
Okay, so he's trying to sleep. Deborah wants to cuddle, and he can't sleep while we're cuddling. And so I will say that that's the main thrust of the episode. Similarly, I'm making sacrifices to try to sleep, and you guys aren't respecting my need to sleep. We are doing a lot to make sure you guys fall asleep. For example, we all went over to Alex's house to make him feel better. He gets the ideal situation. He gets 3/4 of the pillows.
And human contact.
And human contact. Adam gets the other quarter of the pillows, and we get to play the NPR podcast sound side on loop just so that as white noise so he can go to sleep. I think that's very, very kind.
Yeah. I actually like that a lot. I'm going to start doing that.
Listen, it is. I can't sleep with any noise, but if you're gonna go for white noise, I can understand that being kind of nice.
Amen.
Mike, you haven't asked for anything.
What do you want?
You just, you were complaining about stuff, but you haven't been suggesting solutions.
I would like a pillow. I would like an air mattress so I can sleep away from you two. It's too crowded in this bed.
All right, let's be realistic.
I feel like those are too realistic. Forget the air mattress. You just give me a pillow and a blanket. I'll make do on the floor.
Alex, are you willing to part with a pillow?
No, not really.
All right, then that's the end of that.
My shoulder is your pillow.
You've mentioned that I'm at the foot of the bed.
It's called the driver's seat, Mike, not the foot.
Alex, you have that thing that you punch when you can't express your emotions.
Yeah, Mike.
No, when Mike's not around.
You mean you?
When neither of us are around. That guy in the corner over there, that blow-up guy. You punch him and he comes back up.
Yeah, Jonathan.
That's what that's for, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Yep.
So
that's what that's for.
Why don't you use that as a pillow, Mike?
I guess I'll try it. I guess I'll try anything at this point. But
okay. But then I have no one to cuddle with.
So I will say that when we look at this episode, I will be real. Yes, we can talk all about the ins and outs, but I think I can understand Raymond's struggle here. He's trying to sleep, and his wife won't let him.
Well, I can understand Deborah's struggle. She just wants some physical contact, and her emotionally underdeveloped husband will not give it to her during the day or night, and she just wants some skin on skin, baby, and she's not getting it. Sorry, I'm in a weird mood today. It's 2 a.m. I'm tired.
I agree with Alex for what it's worth. I'm definitely.
How? Wow, that's really mean.
I'm sorry. I'm operating on zero sleep.
You are Burt Reynolds sprawled on top of Jonathan the blow-up doll.
Yeah, he's Burt Reynolds, but I'm Hurt Reynolds. That was mean. Save that one for the highlight reel.
Which I promise I'm going to finish. I'm working on it. You guys saw I was up till, 15 minutes ago working on the highlight reel. Mm-hmm.
But and it just came to bed, and that's what woke Mike up.
I've been trying really hard to make it look like your dunks are real, Mike, in these clips, but...
They are definitely real. Come on, man. Come on, man. They're nice. I tried them like 8 times.
They're nice?
They're nice. I got the trampoline off screen and everything. What's the problem here?
I'm just saying it's clearly one of those Fisher-Price little tiny basketball hoops.
Not if you edit it right.
Well, I tried to work around it. I tried to edit you into White Men Can't Jump, but I mean you proved the title.
I didn't come here to be insulted. I came here to talk Raymond.
Anyway, I kind of agree with Alex that Deborah, for a couple of reasons, Deborah wants physical intimacy from her husband and just general affection, displays of affection ever. Not an unreasonable request. B, they've been together for, I think, 9 years at this point.
9 years. They said it in this episode.
9 years of cuddling is enough?
No, the other way. It should have come up earlier that this situation was not working out. And I don't buy Ray's rationale that the only reason he's bringing it up now is because she asked. That doesn't sound like the Ray that we know. Night 1, in my mind, Ray is complaining.
That is actually,
so I don't see why he didn't.
I disagree with you both actually on this. I think it actually makes perfect sense that he just has not brought it up, because the only thing Ray likes more than complaining is not having any sort of confrontation or communication at all.
Good counterpoint.
That's true.
So I totally believe he will happily suffer in silence and complain about it in his own head than actually address the issue and try to fix it.
So
I just think that's a point in Deborah's column for me then, because if he's been suffering in silence for 9 years, how is she supposed to know that he doesn't like their sleeping arrangement?
okay, but here's my other thought. Raymond is a lot of things. He's not smart. So
That's true.
or he's not a genius. I'm sorry to those Ray heads out there that are the Ray fanatics. But I will say, how on earth is this the first time he's being caught sleeping on the couch in the living room? Like, if this is a
was he
regular
really
occurrence,
that careful?
yeah.
Maybe he's always had an excuse before.
What's the excuse? Besides, I couldn't sleep. I don't know what's the other excuse. I'm too drunk to make it up the stairs. He's not now.
He was up really late trying to edit a clip of a guy tripping over his own shoelaces on an outdoor basketball court in the inner city into a dunk.
That was very specific, Adam. I would say. All right. Is that a reference to a movie that I don't get?
That's a reference to you failing to dunk a basketball in front of all those teens last week.
Okay, you could have just said it's coming out soon.
That would definitely will be in the highlight reel.
Listen, the teens were the worst part.
Well, the nickname they gave you didn't help. Loser.
Yeah.
That's a good nickname. I had it embroidered on this pillow for you, Mike, but
Yeah.
I need it.
Then you took my embroidered pillow. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I took your loser pillow.
So again,
It's actually very comfortable.
okay. All
And
right.
I got a pillow from the release party for Beck's first single, but I can't part with that, so I'm just gonna... I use it to put between my knees.
You know, Mike, all of this negativity, I think it's probably stemming from a different source. I think you should talk to someone about this.
You really think so?
Yeah, because it's not us, obviously.
I'm trying to be clear. I'm trying to talk to you about it because you guys are the source of the problem. But if this isn't,
I'm tired.
I kind of want to go back to sleep, if I'm being honest. We still... we got to get up, what, at 8, you said?
Yeah.
We got a good 4 math. 4?
It's 2 a.m.
Mike, what's math?
it's.
I mean, fuck it. I'm going to sleep.
Oh, I can't sleep.
All right.
Because the sounds
Like-
of downside are. All right, listen, I gotta
Try sleeping on the floor. We'll see if that works. And if it doesn't work, we'll talk about it again in 30 to 45 minutes.
All right, I'm getting out.
Whatever's comedically convenient.
Support for NPR is provided by the David Rubenstein Foundation.
Rubenstein.
Well, Mac, that sounds like an unpleasant sleeping arrangement, certainly, but I don't... what sort of advice do you need? It
Well, if
seems
there's
like
one- If there's one,
your
thing,
friends wanted to talk about it.
they didn't want to talk about it. Actually, they kind of refused to. And if there's one thing this episode of Everybody Loves Raymond taught me, it's that if you need advice on how to deal with people touching you, you should talk to a priest. What the fuck was? Who was that?
Sorry, that's Lionel. He is my... I don't know what would you call yourself, Lionel? You help out around the church, right? You're a handyman.
By day, I'm the altar boy, but by night, I'm whatever you want me to be.
Lionel.
He loves these jokes. He's funny. He's
I'm
hilarious.
funny. I'm
He's-
very serious.
He's of age.
I'm 32.
He's
Wink,
32.
How old are
He
you?
has a master's degree in biomechanical engineering, but he comes down here to volunteer,
Yeah.
fix things.
I set the Guinness World Record for oldest altar boy.
You know Gilness, that book about fishing records.
And altar boys.
Yeah, I know that one.
He comes around, every weekend. It's a lot of, hammer and nails hanging stuff up, to be honest. Because our
Absolutely.
Jesus is loose.
Yeah, yeah, and I know yeah, that's a good point. And you can't exactly the optics of a priest going up to fix the nails in Jesus. would
Lionel's not a
be great
priest.
image.
Oh, he's falling down again. Hang on.
What's worse, him going up there during the, giving of the, what the fuck do you call it? During the, the snacks. What is that called?
The snacks?
The wafer.
The communion? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, what's worse, him going up there discreetly during the communion and nailing Jesus back up, or Jesus falling down in the middle of my parable about the sheep and the flock and all that?
I feel like there's a middle ground at some point in there that...
you think we should do it not during the service at all?
I think that would be ideal, actually.
I think we have
know.
to change the word communion to holy snack.
I
like that a lot.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Well, something that we're working on, Mac. I don't know if
I'm
you
a
want.
holy snack.
It's fine.
Lionel needs to calm down. I mean,
Something that we're working on actually is religious Lunchables, Catholic Lunchables.
oh yeah.
Lunchables.
Yeah, we got the wafer in there, little like juice cup of communion wine.
And that's it.
Yeah, we don't need as many compartments, but the premise is the same. You take it with you, you open it up. You know, it's good for school lunch.
You take it to church so you feel included.
Don't they already kind of include you because everyone lines up for that part of the service?
Well, not if you're not old enough, right? Like, you have to wait until you're old enough to get your communion or something, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people, the line makes them anxious ever since, you know, because we've got all those crucifixes along the walls. And a couple weeks ago, when they all fell, took out Mrs. Jenkins.
Are you making the nails on the crucifixes, man?
I trust Lionel.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
Hey, they stay up for a while anyway. I don't know if there's a permanent solution to this.
Crazy Clue.
More nails.
Speaking of solutions,
I think you need to understand that your friends just don't seem to respect you, Mike.
I got it. Thank you, Lionel.
that's a good insight,
the
Lionel.
first sane thing that you've said all night.
It's like 9 a.m, hon.
I don't.
Mike, have you been awake for all night?
Yes, I have.
Oh, that's not good for you. You don't want to do that.
But in your story, you just said you went back to sleep at 2:07 a.m.
Oh no, I went here. I couldn't sleep, so I left there and came over here immediately to see. But you guys weren't around.
So what?
No.
You slept in the pews?
Yeah, basically.
Oh, Lionel, you were supposed to lock up last night.
I used the best nails we had. I don't know what happened.
So then what? So you came here. What'd you sleep for a little bit, or could you not even sleep
Couldn't sleep. Just
on
waited.
the pew? You didn't try to sleep kneeling, did you?
Oh yeah, no, I absolutely do. My chiropractor loves me for it.
So what happened after that? Did you go back and try to work things out with your friends?
Well, eventually I did, but Father, I'm talking a lot about Everybody Loves Raymond, but before I keep going, I just want to... Can I get your opinion on this episode? I know you watched it because it was broadcast for hours on end last night after Alex fell asleep on the remote.
I did. I happened to catch it this morning, actually. I went to bed early last night. That's a whole other story, but I think I'm going to go to bed early. So I opened my Bible this morning, and I'll be damned if Leviticus wasn't the script of this episode. I don't know how y'all did that.
How Leviticus was the script of the episode?
Yeah, I opened to Leviticus 3:20, and there it was, the script to move over. So I read through it, of course.
You know, that's how we did it. We made a deal with the
with Gideon?
No, with the St. Raymond's Baronmeter.
The St. Raymond's translation.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, and it you must have snuck in your way at some point along the way.
I don't know what to say, but I just went through it, and because I was reading, I was like, this is going to become Leviticus at some point, but before I knew it, I was seeing, executive producer Phil Rosenthal at the end.
Yeah, that'll get you every single time. I just wanted your opinion on, well, first of all, this interaction that we're having right here. Is this something that you deal with on the regular as a priest? Because, like I said, Raymond seems to be okay. Did you take offense to the idea that you're not a real shrink?
As glad as I am to have you here asking me for advice and spiritual counsel, usually I like to, have my morning if you know what I mean.
I don't.
I get up,
We
I
get
walk
coffee
the
and
dogs,
scones.
get coffee scones. I like to get on the elliptical for 20 minutes, but I came downstairs and there you were. So I'm not saying I'm not glad you're here. I'm just saying usually people wait until we're open for business, so to speak.
Open for business? You guys just open your doors
Yeah.
and you talk to anybody that walks in? Is that how this
Yeah,
works?
we have office hours.
Okay.
Yeah. It's usually like right before or right after the service. People come in, we give them spiritual counsel, advice, help with geometry, that sort of thing. We might have to hold a couple people back this year, Lionel, by the way.
I was hoping not. Grades are due today, and they ain't looking good for a couple of them.
I know, we really have worked with these kids. Jennifer,
and young adults.
You're right. I should give them more respect. Jennifer,
The other Jennifer.
Gabriel, Jennifer with a G and one N, Jennifer with a G and two N's.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've really come a long way, and I don't know if they've told you their stories, but they've been through just a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
don't know. Maybe we can come up with some sort of extra What? Sorry. This is something else. Sorry. What was your second question for me?
I wanted to. Okay, I guess I'm going to change it now because this guy took his power. What was your assessment of Father Chumley's advice? Hubley's advice to Raymond?
Chumley was from Pawn Stars.
Are you a big Pawn Stars fan there, Lionel?
I am now.
Great. Hey, and Lionel's pretty excited because he did go through the seminary. Don't tell anyone. This is big news, but we did. We were first in the draft this year, so we picked Father Chumley, and he's coming to Lynbrook, baby.
Chumley's coming to Lynbrook?
Father Chumley.
I see a lot of value in that purchase.
Oh, that's great.
We got him locked into a 10-year contract. It's going to be... just
week.
hopefully he doesn't blow out his ACL, because, we're gambling on him big time. What was your question for me?
How did Father Hubley do? What was your assessment of his advice?
Father Hubley, who's played by, I don't know if you know this, I'm just a big fan of, dance in the 1960s to 1990s kind of area, is played by Charles Durning, who's actually been on Everybody Loves Raymond before in the episode where they did Ray and Deborah's wedding.
Yeah, as Father Hubley, right? Yeah,
Charles Durning, in addition to all his various other pursuits, actor, veteran, was a dance instructor. So it's good to see him again, and particularly exciting for me, because boy, could that guy Charleston. I mean, it's in his name, most of it. He did seem, I will say, I like to meet my parishioners with an open mind and an open heart. He seemed a little beleaguered by Ray, and clearly he still hates Ray after, 9 years when we last saw him. Well, has no patience for the man.
In all fairness to Father Hubley, my understanding is that unless you have a close relationship like you and I do, Father Chuck, it's really not very common to just drop on by the priest office with no mass, with no appointment, with no anything.
Office hours.
Just to kind of stop on in and just be like, hey, I need to tell you about my wife, which also kind of feels like showing off.
Were you doing an impression of me?
I was kind of trying to go for Raymond / Borat, but it didn't really. It kind of came into you.
Raymond,
yeah.
Yeah, I did think it was pretty unusual. I thought, Father Hubley had a couple of good lines. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, they weren't laugh out loud funny, but Ray says he's having trouble sleeping with his wife, and Father Hubley goes, "What is it? Another woman, another man?" And Ray says, no, just sleeping, regular sleeping. Believe me, you're better off without it, he tells him. And that is not true. Lionel and I, we bunk up all the time.
You're Father Chuck, listen, I actually, to be clear, I don't care what you do in your spare time. You're a good priest one way or another. But you didn't take a vow of celibacy when you came into the priesthood here.
Sleeping. We sleep together.
I'm sorry. What am I thinking here? I'm sorry.
We sleep in what you might call a spoon's position.
Oh. Okay.
But we sleep. It's fine.
It is fine.
He's 32 years old.
No, I'm not saying it's not legal. You can, like I said, you can.
He has a master's in biomedical engineering.
You've said
Not that I need one.
You've said that so many times, and he said that so many times that I'm starting to doubt that he actually has a degree in biomedical engineering.
Oh, well, you doubt that I have a degree? I have my PhD in biomechanical engineering.
No,
Biomedical
engineering doctorate.
You know, it's a funny story. We actually met each other when we were both stealing those degrees from other people.
He kids. I worked very hard on my dissertation.
Yes, he made a whole plan to steal it.
What was your plan? What was your dissertation on, Father Chuck?
My dissertation was, biomechanical engineering. How can we separate a human being into the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit? 3 persons, one God.
And they gave you a doctorate for that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Mine was the mechanical, and the engineering.
But we went to, I earned it. And look, am I a professor of biology at Hofstra 6 days a week? And I only come in on Sundays? Maybe.
This is a very strange arrangement I'm now realizing for you.
Do I have a couple of troubled kids that I'm really trying to get through this semester? Maybe. But what are you here to ask me about? Is Lionel really my TA and I have him helping out around the church because he can't unionize and can't make a living wage?
Up
and
to
I
you
can
to decide.
I can exploit him however I want, and it's fine, by the way.
Because I want him to.
Maybe. What'd you come here to ask me
I
about?
feel like I've asked several questions here, and we're getting a little bit close to. Have you had a parishioner give you this much pushback as Raymond gave Father Hubley?
I don't know if I saw Ray's reaction as pushback so much as just he heard something that he doesn't want to do, and he's Raymond, and so he's not going to do it.
Closing his eyes and all that, yeah. All right.
What do you think, Lionel?
I think the whole concept of this is a little sad because Raymond goes to the church to try and figure out a solution to his issue, but then ends up almost in a sad way trying to figure out a way to get his wife to stop embracing him at night. So it's almost like the whole episode builds up to him working so hard to show that he cares about his wife, so he gets the prize of not having to touch her at night. Then you just see her at the end of the episode touching him anyway, and you could see on his face that he almost like he was just doing this just for himself, and it was actually really sad.
I definitely do feel like he definitely misinterpreted what Father Hubley was trying to say to him, and so I think that was part of. That was kind of, I don't know. That was a funny moment.
I was excited when I was reading about him, like telling Deborah that he's making an effort. He wants to, show affection to her. I was like, wow, he really took that message to heart. And then we find out it's all transactional with Raymond. He just wants what he wants. I was very disappointed in him. But Mike, you came in here for advice on a similar situation.
Yes, I want my coworkers to stop touching me.
Well, what ended up happening with that? So you came to the church, tried to sleep in a pew, and you weren't too successful, so you went back? Is that right?
That's correct.
What happened after that?
Well, so when I got back, they were awake again.
Adam.
What?
I can't sleep, so you can't either. Where'd Mike go?
Is he not on Jonathan?
No, Jonathan's just there. He's deflating, actually.
Oh, no. He's in his refractory period.
Yeah. I think he, I don't know. Maybe you think he went to get more Ovaltine? but like I've also been awake for at this point 36 seconds, and I know to get to the kitchen and back only takes 34. So I don't think he's going.
Hey
to go
guys, I'm back.
Oh, hey, Mike.
Hey.
Did you bring me Ovaltine?
I didn't bring.
Well,
you
where?
I decided to go to the church. I tried to get some advice and try to get.
You're always going to a fucking church. Jesus Christ.
Why would you go to the church to get advice at 2 in the morning?
God damn it.
2:40 in the morning.
It's always God's time. Excuse you. First of all, jot that down.
Like, I'm pretty sure God makes house calls.
I don't think your Christian rock career is gonna take off. That song title is so clunky.
Yeah.
It's always
God's time.
So jot that down. Yeah.
You're not even a geologist.
Okay.
How are you gonna know which rocks are religious?
Speaking of geologists, actually, I was dreaming about the episode, and you know how in the hot clothes, the last scene,
I love
where Robert
what an adorable hot clothes.
Addressing Allie's class. Allie had to bring him in because they're doing show and tell, and this week is P, which I want to talk about in a second. But in the hot clothes, Robert is standing in front of this group of kids, and they don't care about police at all. They think Robert's a giant, so they're asking him questions about that. One of those children is Julia Scroven, daughter of our former guest.
Holy crap.
Who went to Oberlin College and got a degree in geology.
Wow.
That's a reach.
In my cursory Google of the guest stars, I discovered this.
Yeah.
There's actually
a segue. We could
segue.
get her on the show?
Who would want to be on this show?
I think we're
her dad.
That's true. You think it's genetic? You think our kids will want to be on this show?
No.
No, probably not.
But this show will be over by the time we have kids.
Hopefully.
Barring an accident.
Accidental continuation. So, yeah.
Oh, no, we accidentally hit record.
Got renewed for a 9th season.
God damn it.
Can I tell you about the other children? I'm just going to rest my eyes while I tell you this. We got another appearance from Sally Parker, who's played by Tess Oakland of the infamous Parker family. We've talked about her before. We don't need to do a deep dive. But we also have a kid named Marty.
McFly?
No, not McFly. Marty Abby Schneider,
No.
who was in this episode and then went on to be a writer, artist, and podcaster. He does a podcast called Hero Club, which is a D&D thing.
Oh, that's excellent. Is it popular?
I don't know if it's popular. It has a website with its own domain. We have a website, yes.
Oh, okay,
yes.
so it's legit.
And he's doing pretty well, it seems like. But yeah, those are the kids in this. I want to go back, though. When you were a child, did you have this letter-based show and tell system that Allie's class is supposedly adhering to?
Do not believe I did.
Yeah, I think it was pretty much like open season. Like, we were having
like
show and tell, bring in whatever you want.
I feel like it was show and tell once or twice a year, and then it was very much bring in a toy, bring in bring in something else. It was stuff like that.
Yeah, mine was kind of the same.
I do remember specifically when I was in 2nd grade, I did show and tell, and I brought a toy that was a robot hamster that when you clicked it in a high squeaky voice, it sang the song "Everybody Was Kung Fu Fighting" while it spun around a little nunchuck.
Wow!
Oh, that's awesome. Do you still have it?
That's great.
No, it was that was a few decades ago. It was great though. I was the coolest kid in the school for about until the next kid came up. But yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
That's incredible.
I don't remember anything
Me
I
neither.
brought in for show and tell. I remember one kid brought in like one of those maze balls where it's like a ball and then like glass over it, and then there's like a little ball inside, and you had to tilt it to solve like the maze. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. I don't remember how the other kids thought about it, but I was like, I want that. And I've never gotten one. And you know what? Actually, I'm awake now. I'm going on Amazon.
I'm sure you won't regret
Baseball.
that 3 a.m. Amazon purchase.
Yeah, here it is. $12.
This is
Or a
good
cooler
thing
one
we're
for
not
20.
putting this out because I don't imagine any listener would want to hear you order something from Amazon.
You'd be surprised, buddy. You'd be surprised. All right, and it's ordered.
What's the estimated delivery on that?
Tomorrow, actually.
Oh,
Wow, one day?
That's good timing.
By the time
Someone's
Mike's
a Prime member.
at church. Oh wait, hang on. They have multicolors.
So
Shoot.
let's play a game real quick. I'm gonna
gonna
give
get
you
all
a
four.
random letter, and you tell me what you would bring to show and tell.
Excellent. Let's do it.
W.
Water.
That sucks. Walmart.
You would bring an entire Walmart to school?
No, I'd bring the school to Walmart.
Oh,
Wow, that would be
beautiful.
great.
That's a baller move, actually.
That would kill.
Yeah, that would kill. Give me another letter. I like this.
Well,
This
Mike,
is fun.
give us a letter so I can play.
Oh, right.
H.
Heart. Human heart.
Helicopter.
Do I get double points if it's alliterative?
No.
Human heart.
You know what? Yes, I'll give you double points. Adam gets 2 points. What do you got?
Half a
Oh,
human
man.
heart. Give me 3.
That's triple.
Yes.
All right. I said helicopter, but like a toy helicopter, like a Hess truck helicopter.
I'm gonna give
there it is.
I'm gonna
There's
give
your
it to the
H's.
sociopath that
Yes.
I'm gonna give it to the sociopath that brought in half a human heart into a kid's classroom. All right, Alex, your turn.
Okay. G.
Jamaica.
Yeah, that was obvious.
Yeah,
but
we got it.
had to
Yeah,
be
there we go.
done.
All right. Okay. So I also want to talk a little bit about. Okay.
Oh, so we're just awake now. We're just up.
Yeah, we're just up. We're just up for the episode.
I mean, yeah, I'm
Jesus
not.
Christ.
I'm good for another
Fine.
at least
I'm
half
gonna-
hour.
Luckily, I put the Arabica in the bedside table, so I'll just munch on this.
Okay, that's fine. Do you have any, by any chance? Do you have any artisan strains of cannabis on you by any chance?
Here, let me check Amazon. Nope.
Oh, sorry, Mike.
Too bad. I'm sorry.
You're gonna have to go to church sober for once.
Uh,
Fucking drug addict.
What's even the point? Gotta get
I
it on
know,
with the Most
right?
High. Come on. Anyway, but
You were saying.
I was saying, so this kind of discussion of a child taking half a human heart to school. I also got to say, can we talk about the lack of supervision that Frank gives the kids in this episode?
Just he says he's watching,
watching
them.
What a
him.
terrible
He just
literally
babysitter.
watched
he's like sworn not to interfere or something.
You know what I thought was even worse? Like, I mean, yes, no, he does take the oath of the Watcher from Marvel, where he cannot interfere, and but he observes. I think what's worse is that when Deborah and Marie come in, Deborah's like, "Okay, kids, let's go get you cleaned up," and she sends the kids off, and then proceeds to clean up the mess and not worry about the kids.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Actually,
like the kids just run away
wreak
and do not come
havoc.
back.
The living room is gonna be covered in child imprints of chocolate.
Yeah, no. The good parent goes with the kids so that they cannot spread the mess any further until they're cleaned up.
Or at least does a cursory wipe, because I don't know if they stepped in it. Like, I would check the shoes. I would make sure that they can use their hands so they're not getting it all over.
Right.
Because I assume that Allie can wash her own hands. She can help the twins wash their hands. But you gotta
Marie could
just.
have gone with them.
That's
And
also
like,
true.
I'll help the kids, dear.
Neither
and then-
Marie nor Frank did anything. Marie put away Deborah's groceries for her. I know where things are, dear. Or I know where things go, dear.
Mm-hmm.
I
Not
will-
where they
I will
are,
also
where they
say,
go.
I wonder-
Little subtle jab.
Yeah, I wonder if how many takes do you think it took for them to get the spell right? How many bottles of chocolate syrup do you think were lost in the making?
Hopefully
of
a
this?
lot.
Yeah,
That would be funny.
if I'm a
I
kid,
don't know.
I'm screwing it up every time just so I can knock more over.
I didn't actually see the mechanics of how it got knocked over. Did one of them
I think one of the twins literally just tipped it over.
I feel
I don't
like
think it
that-
was like a string or a little mechanism. I think
No, I
they
mean
were
I
just
don't
like,
mean a
all right, knock it
literal
over.
mechanism. I just mean as in how did it happen?
Yeah, no, one of the twins swatted it.
Hmm. No, Frank was perfectly content to sit there as well, just reading his newspaper. Eventually, he was going to get to that back page with the lightning on it. I don't know if you noticed that. I
Yeah,
like to look at a newspaper that shows up in an episode.
where it said weather, and it said it was just. I mean, it was a normal weather forecast, but they were expecting some storms. That's true.
Either a storm happened or a storm was about to.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to hear, unless you have anything else to say about this scene, do you want to hear some really specific detail that I noticed that then led me down a
it wouldn't
rabbit
be
hole
this
of fun facts?
podcast if we didn't.
Was it
Would
the
it?
Flutie Flakes? Because I noticed them in the background.
No, I did notice that too, though. Flutie Flakes are back.
I also, I wanted to say I thought it was very, just the idea of you don't need to make a meal out of it. You can kiss her. You don't need to make a meal out of it. Was kind of a funny line from Frank.
Mhm.
I don't know, just funny to me that the mother of his grandchildren who has been that way for about 9 years is still getting picked on for PDA. I kind of thought that was realistic.
Well,
funny.
to be fair to Frank, Ray kissed Deborah in this episode more than we've seen in the past 70 episodes.
Combined.
You're right, actually.
Yeah.
This was the most PDA we've ever seen him give her.
Mhm.
Yeah, they both looked really uncomfortable. like they acted uncomfortable. I don't mean like the actors looked uncomfortable.
No,
Yeah.
I understood, and that's a fair
I mean,
notice.
they properly portrayed uncomfortableness.
Him forcing the stroking of the hair, of the shoulders, very uncomfortable.
The
Did a
very,
really
One
good job with
kiss, one kiss is fine, you know.
the very
That would actually
awkward,
be really nice.
in the very awkward moment of him having his hands full of the crap and going for the hair and then pausing and then just headbutting her. I thought that was kind of funny too.
But I did like him making the effort, and I thought it ended nicely. Let's go wash our hands together.
I thought that was funny.
Yeah, that was nice.
That made me laugh.
Of course, it was all a lie.
Yeah, I think this is another thing of like, Ray doing the right thing for not the right reason.
Yeah.
He's like, this will get me something I want, and not like, I love my wife and want to touch her.
Yeah. He's just... It's something we've seen a lot with Ray, and it's hard every time. Speaking of hard, cold open,
Hey.
when Deborah first rolls over and Ray thinks she's getting up and false alarm, and then he says to his penis, "Don't get up." Pretty
Hey.
good stuff.
That's what I call morning wood.
So
Am I right?
in the hot close of the episode, Robert is standing at the front of the classroom. Behind Robert is a calendar which has stickers on the days that have gone past.
Mm-hmm.
So this episode, or this scene, took place on either March 8th, 1999 or March 9, 1999.
I'm gonna say it was March 8th.
depending on if they put the sticker on.
Depending
that
when
day,
if they put the sticker on day of or the following day. Maybe day of makes more sense
I
for
think
kids.
that would make more sense, yeah.
Well, that's good because March 8th, 1999 was a much more interesting day. The Supreme Court upheld the conviction of Oklahoma City bomber Timothy McVeigh.
Hey, we got him.
We got him.
We got him, baby.
Joe DiMaggio died. On
Hey,
this
we
day.
got him, baby.
No, Alex, no, we don't.
Sorry.
The Joe
As
that was
did-
mean.
not the uniform.
That was really mean. I'm sorry, I'm tired.
As did William Wrigley III, American chewing gum mogul of
Got
the
him.
Wrigley
Hey,
Gum Company.
We got him, baby.
Do you want to guess what the U.S. #1 song was on this day? These are courtesy of onthisday.com.
Des-
On March 8th,
Despacito.
1999.
That's right.
I'm gonna guess it was late 90s. Was it In Sync?
Alex, what's your guess?
Probably Despacito.
You don't want to make a serious guess?
I am very serious. I'm never not serious about Despacito.
Well, the U.S. #1 song on March 8th, 1999 was Believe by Cher.
Oh, you
that's
had
a
me
good
there
one.
for
That was a
second.
good one.
It would have been very funny if you.
If it was
leaned into
like
that
an
for me.
earlier cover of Despacito or something like that, that would have been really great. Believe by Cher, which
Yeah.
many people call the Despacito of the 90s.
I wouldn't disagree with that. In the UK, the #1 song was When the Going Gets Tough by Boyzone. That's a little something for our friends across the pond.
All two of you.
I was
all
gonna make the
fans
same
of
joke.
Boyzone, that's for you. This is kind of a we should start a boy band called Barone Boyzone.
I'm in. Let's sing right now. So
I
yeah,
don't.
and then they
Yeah.
started singing, and I was happy in the moment, but if I'm being honest, that kind of scarred me a little bit.
Well, how did it scar you? What were they singing about?
They were singing about they sing a song that just said Mike sucks, he can't sleep, and that's hilarious to us.
Oh,
It
I'm so
doesn't
sorry that happened to you. That sounds like classic bullying.
it
Do
doesn't
you
actually
think it's
rhyme that
possible
much.
they were singing about your socks instead of your actual
They
suckage?
the
That's the
third,
kind of lateral thinking that made me choose Lionel as my TA. I mean, church handyman.
I will say the third line still is kind of mean when he says the he can't sleep and that doesn't matter to us. That's still kind of rude, you know. I don't know if singing about socks makes it
Wow.
better.
It's both bullying you and then also saying we don't care about you at all. We
Yeah,
don't even think about you.
I think that's
exactly.
also bullying.
Maybe. By the way, Mike, you had something on the back of your shirt when you came in.
Oh,
It says, "Hello, my name is Loser."
Um, yeah, that might be from them. It might also just be a leftover from high school.
Wait a second. Lionel, this is signed by Jennifer with 2 N's and a G.
Oh
She
my
signed it?
God.
Yeah.
You know what this means?
I think we find our way to get to her so she can pass biology.
Yeah.
How does
Mike,
Introduce her to
have
Mike.
anything to do with that?
If 2 options, you're free to come with us, but if you'll excuse us, we got to get to Hofstra fast.
I'm gonna sit here and pray and thinking about what I gotta do to make my life a little bit better here. And also, there's a baptism by suds that I don't want to miss.
I don't know. I kind of want you to come with us. I
All
think
right,
you
I'll
can
come
really
with you.
connect to Jennifer.
I'll come with you, but it sounds like she's in high school. I don't. All right, let's go.
She's in university.
Oh, okay.
Hofstra University.
All right, I'll come with.
And on the way, you can tell us more about this sleep problem that you had.
Sure, I guess I will. I guess I kind of covered most of it. I just kind of think that it doesn't tell you.
I think you come in on the third beat of the chorus.
I'm getting really frustrated with this.
Wait, what?
Did Charles Durning return our email? I know it's been 15 minutes, but we really need an instructor for these moves.
He's not returned any emails yet. Can I make a note on the song itself?
Fine.
Sure. What's
Sure.
your note?
Don't.
I thought it was locked, but go ahead.
I don't like it.
That's not very constructive, Mike.
Very mean to me.
Throwing in an
Personally?
extra sucks just for that.
Don't
That's
think
good.
that's
This is funny because we're tired.
All right.
Make sure we get it down on the sheet music there, Alex, because
You got it.
the bassoonist is not going to know what to do if the charts aren't right.
Yes.
Um,
Oh, yes. The 4-part bassoon harmony.
God,
Bassoon-mini. The bassoon-mini.
look out the window.
Bassoon-mini.
It looks like how is it already dawn? Jesus.
Ah,
We've been
I've
practicing.
been writing
these
this
moves
song
for.
for.
It's 6 a.m., man. This is
I'm
fucked
so
up. Mike, you ruined our sleep.
I'm.
Why'd you do that, man?
You guys kind of ruined mine. I feel like this is fair. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I messed
Mike,
everything
we're
up
here to support Alex. We're here to help
Yeah. Why'd
him. And
you even
you've made
invite
it
me
all
here,
about
Mike?
yourself. I mean, I don't usually reprimand you, but I think I'm gonna tell somebody.
Who are you gonna tell?
I'm gonna tell Dolores in HR.
Well, don't
Tell
do
her
that.
to
Come on.
block
Just-
block your key card from City Hall.
Guys, I'm sorry. I don't mean to. All right, guys. Let's just all make one big spoon, okay? One big spoon for the next hour or two before we gotta actually get up.
If you think this'll work, and we'll all be well rested in
Then
an
you're
hour or
damn
so,
right.
Okay.
then let's give it a shot. But
Okay. Let's all
I don't know.
get together. Let's
Yeah.
all go. Let's all
And
go.
Alright.
actually, while we're spooning, this actually gives me a good opportunity
Ow.
to talk about another part of the episode that
Adam, move your elbow.
I wanted to talk
It's in
about.
between my ribs.
Because
yeah, I know.
there's a point in the episode where Deborah and Ray, they're having their argument, and Raymond starts going off on about why men cuddle, and it really made me upset.
It was a real sitcom man husband.
Like, yeah, it
Oh,
was like a real
that was a
90s
classic. That was
joke.
the
It was like-
classic. My
like-
wife wants to cuddle. Yeah.
the men don't want to cuddle unless they think it leads to downstairs cuddling.
Yeah.
I gotta be straight up with you guys, even though we're joke cuddling right now. Cuddling is the best.
Physical intimacy is great for a relationship.
It's so cool.
When
It's so
all parties
nice.
are okay with it, I want to make that known because
This was your suggestion.
yes, I know, and you refusing to move your elbow, just that one little thing could throw it all off. That's all I'm saying.
I have, this, I have carpal tunnel.
Yeah. I mean, maybe Ray is just being like upset because he's tired or something, but like, dude, how can you say that to like the person that you like agreed to marry? It's like, I don't want to touch you unless
Yeah.
it's gonna lead to satisfaction, you know?
There's
It's like I get like people aren't always touchy, that's fine. But like, come on, man, what the hell?
There's a huge difference
Come on.
between I don't want to sleep in this particular configuration because I'm not comfortable and it negatively impacts my sleep, and I don't want to touch you ever unless I'm getting fucked.
Good old
good
sex.
old sex. Jinx.
Good old sex. Ray's more concerned with good old sleep in this episode. That'll
Like,
be
do
in
you
the
think-
trailer when I cut
do
the
you
trailer
think-
if I finish your highlight reel, Mike.
Nice.
Love
Do
it.
you think this is a like a situation where Ray really means it when he says he doesn't like to touch his wife, or maybe he just sucks at communicating and is trying to say more of what Adam is saying, where he's like, the configurations you put yourself in with me are not comfortable.
I think that he's just being a whiny little bitch boy. I don't know if he genuinely means it, but I don't think he's trying to make any nuanced point. I think he's just grumpy and frustrated and just wants to make the large hyperbolic statement because it's the most dramatic in the moment.
I think he's
Fair enough.
bad at communicating and what Mike said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's just the classic. "Hey, I gotta touch my wife. Gross. She's a woman. Women have cooties. I like that take the best, actually.
That is a good take.
Yeah.
And like, I guess we should talk about it. But the sunrise is very beautiful. This window, by the way, I mean, what a view. You
Yeah.
can see all of Limbrook from here.
Yes. We're on a hill, by the way. Town Hall's on a hill.
That's right.
Town Hall is at the top of Muhlenberg Mountain.
Which is a
Yep.
landfill.
Yes.
It was.
It's just all the garbage that was accumulated from the filming of Everybody Loves Raymond got put right here. We built the town hall on top of it.
Sorry, I'm entranced by the sunset. Look at that bird flying majestic. What is that, an eagle? Maybe it's a robin.
Has
Or
a blue breasted
hawk.
Barone.
Oh shit, it's a goose.
It's Goose killing. What was it, Mike?
That's Goose hunting Gus. The
Goose hunting Gus and Gus hunting Goose, arch enemies, but they need each other.
Oh,
shit.
the goose is shooting at him. He's shooting back. The
The
goose is shooting
returning
back.
fire. God,
my God.
This is okay. We gotta get like the police involved or something here.
Now,
Oh wait,
this-
don't worry. Look on the horizon. Is that another bird? Is it? That's not Superman, obviously. Oh, it's a plane. It's Sully.
Sully again. I thought we got rid of that guy.
I don't. Hey, he got a plane somehow. He's in a cockpit somehow, and okay, took
That's
both of them out.
really- That's a bottle of Jack. in
Well,
his
that's
hand.
what happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object. Am I right?
Yeah, miracles.
What an amazing end to this night. And with that, I think it's about time I get up and get ready for work.
I should go to
Okay.
church. You got your new sign. You got your new sign, Adam. You ready to go?
Yeah, I changed it from separation of church and state to separation of church and steak because of that restaurant they're building. I don't know if you
Yeah, no.
notice that, like, the front, what is that called? The apse of the church it's become like a beefsteak Charlie's kind of establishment.
Yeah, it's great. It's getting real popular. I believe it's called what is it? Not on Fridays.
Maybe
That's good.
Oh, yeah. Well, they got the loan. They got lent, so now they can open the restaurant.
TGINF. Thank God it's not Friday.
These are all great suggestions, Mike. But, I think we're pretty locked with the name of the restaurant.
Yeah, you got a better name? A better name than Thank God It's Not Fridays?
Yeah, it's been locked. We've had the sign made. Ruth's Christ Steakhouse. It's going to be huge.
You might be finding a trademark on that one, but that is a good name.
I still think we should have opened a Church's Fried Chicken.
Well,
that would have been perfect.
Hey, if we get the permits for the chapel, who knows what we can do. Well, here we are, and we're just going to park in the faculty parking, and okay. All right, let's run. Oh, there she is. She's coming out of Robert Barone Hall. Hey, Jennifer.
Wow.
Jennifer, do you recognize this man? This is Mike G.
Oh, Mike Jamaica? Hey,
That's right, Mike Jamaica.
I've seen him before. Hey, how you doing? Hello, Jennifer. Father, what exactly are we doing here?
Well, Jennifer,
you don't get it?
You know Mike G as Mike G, but there's another name you call him, isn't there? Another nickname?
I don't know what you're talking
Maybe this will jog your memory. I think this has your signature on it.
Jennifer one end told me not to sign it. Yeah, all right. Well, look at him. This guy's a loser. Hey, listen, I got feelings. Okay, Jennifer, I don't know you, but you clearly... Why are you calling me a loser? Who told you to call me a loser? I just went off the vibes. Okay, that was it. That's it.
Well, Jennifer, what makes Mike a loser in your eyes?
You mean
Tell us.
You mean besides his dorky glasses? Besides his rotating graphic T-shirts that make him look like he's a cast member on The Big Bang Theory?
That is true. That's very funny.
He does have that bumper sticker that says
Besides
Bazinga.
his terrible little
if
hair
you saw
swoop,
Mike in real life, you would be like, wow, she's nailing this.
Barone Zinga.
Yeah, and what is it with every single thing that he says has to be some form of a pun?
I don't know. Yeah, you know what, Mike? Mike, she's right. Just because you see a BA somewhere, you don't have to make it a pun.
I disagree.
I'm sorry, Jennifer. Go on. Jennifer, go on.
I mean, look, this guy's just a walking, do not fuck sign. I'm sorry, Father, I don't mean to use that.
Jennifer,
but it's bad. You can't do this here. What did I, Father? You asked me to not lie. Lying is a sin, and I didn't lie. Didn't lie once.
Well, good, because I have a surprise for you. Lionel's been recording this the whole time. This has been your final exam, Jennifer, and you passed.
What?
You have finally passed the sexual reproduction unit by correctly identifying someone who will never sexually reproduce. Here you go, Jennifer. You're graduating summa cum laude, and Mike is graduating summa cum never.
Father, I gotta say, this is not cool at all, actually. I came to you as a friend for help. Well, I'm gonna show my parents. They're gonna buy me a big old convertible. Oh, this is gonna be great.
Wait, Jennifer, I thought you were an at-risk inner-city youth.
What? Who said that? I go to Hofstra University. I'm from Belrose. There's a convertible Camry with my name on it.
Well, Jennifer, we're so proud of you. We really didn't think you were going to graduate. You'll notice that the bow is on the top of the car, but unfortunately, while it was being delivered, apparently we're in touch with the mayor, but this is just the top half of a Camry.
Yeah, something happened. We actually have no idea what happened.
Shit, the goose! Whatever your financial situation at home, Jennifer, thank you so much, Mike. You have really given this young woman a future. She is graduating with a BFA in poetry from Hofstra. I feel
like we had a whole episode, or a whole few hours, where we talked about the need to get my friends to show me respect and how I can do that. And you just came and brought me here so I could look a young woman in the eyes and her tell me that I'm going to be a virgin for life. This does not feel like a productive conversation, to be honest with you.
Well, that's politics for you.
That's the Lord's work, Mac. Now, did you say episode? Have you been recording this?
Yeah, I am. But you know what? I'll tell you what. We'll do the.
You want to do a feed
Yeah, we'll do a
drop?
feed drop where I
We'll
put it.
post on my feed. We'll
Right,
post
where we
on
post.
yours.
Instagram does that thing where you can post from 2 accounts at once. We'll post from the Barone Zone and from Aw Shucks Chuck when this episode drops.
Now that's synergy.
I can vibe with it.
Lionel,
That's me.
I love you.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
So
It's fine.
It's final, Lionel. That's my podcast.
He's under my umbrella. He's on my network. It's,
He's like
it's
a
doing
spin-off kind of
numbers.
thing. I like it. I like it.
Oh, Mike, you're back from
Yeah.
church.
Yeah.
Want some fried chicken?
Yeah, we got chicken and waffles. We used your Uber One to get
I
chicken
only
and
had
waffles.
one more free
Uber
meal
Eats.
on that, guys.
Don't worry, we gave 100% tips, so it's fine.
So now I'm paying for the meal that would otherwise have.
It's fine. But look, I took these special pills that Alex had, so I'm awake now. I'm fine. We got to do the episode is supposed to come out today, so we got to do the barometer quick.
That's okay, though. We have the whole conversation from last night. I remember literally none of it, but I remember it was recorded.
Oh, all that stuff we did. Yeah, that's recorded, but we didn't do the barometer.
Oh yeah, we gotta do the barometer.
No, let's do
We got
that
the
now.
bulk of the episode. We just got to do the barometer, and then we can stitch it together, put it out, get the ad money, finally buy the king bed, and everything will be fine. So, anything you want to say before we do the barometer?
I mean,
Last night's a blur for me, so maybe we
we didn't
forgot.
really touch on the fact last night that Raymond straight up lied to his wife.
Oh, yeah, Nani
Yeah.
Barone. What a psychopath.
Oh, yeah. That
So,
was fucking
on the one
wild.
hand, straight up evil that Raymond would just make up that story off the top of his head. On the other hand, Robert did not even bat an eye for a second. And just he didn't pick up on anything. He wasn't like we Donnie Barone sucked. He just straight up ratted him out. And I gotta say, yes, he was the best bad one. But I'm also thinking to myself like he just straight up ratted on his brother. That was also bad.
I guess that depends on if you think Robert should be responsible for Ray's lies.
And also, Robert probably didn't even understand
Well,
what was
that's what I'm
happening.
saying.
He just
He's dumb.
talked about. Yeah, no, that's super fucked up of Ray to do, and like dude just doesn't want to fucking deal with this to the point where he's just like, I'd rather lie and garner sympathy so that I don't have to work on fixing myself.
Yeah.
And I actually kind of forgot about that section of the episode, and I think in my mind, Rage dropped like another couple points for me.
Yeah.
Just for that.
It's bad. And how dare he disparaged Yonkers? It's just a whole
Yonkers
thing.
is
You know we're
terrible.
sister cities with Yonkers.
Yonkers is
Hey,
terrible.
Yep.
I
It's
just
literally
signed
right
don't-
next door.
I just signed the sister cities thing.
Oh, you were
with
serious
Yonkers.
about that? I thought that was a meme.
Yes, I signed it. Oh, I got the DocuSign overnight. I signed it. They're going to be shipping their nuns here, and we're going to ship our nuns
We're doing
there.
a
I'm sorry.
exchange program.
It's a sister act
Oh,
cities program.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yonkers with honkers.
Please, everyone in town has asked you to stop talking to the nuns like that, Alex.
I'm sorry, it's funny. They blush and get embarrassed.
I mean,
It's funny.
Father Chuck, you have been on his podcast a lot lately, so I think he likes it. But everyone else, I mean, I don't know.
I'm sorry, I just I don't know. Are you the one with an 86% approval rating? No. Neither
That's
am I,
true.
but still.
You're closer in that you have one.
Yeah. I have an approval rating.
That's
we'll
true.
never say what it is.
No, I mean, and it definitely won't ever cause problems for us.
I
So
will tell you it's double digits.
that's right. Which too is a mystery. Speaking of digits, we now have to turn our attention to the barometer, which is our classic rating system on which we rate Ray's performance on a scale from 1 to 10, with 10 being the great dads of sitcom history, your Danny Tanners, Uncle Phil's, and Carl Winslow's, and Mike, give me another example.
Bluey's dad.
Bluey's dad.
Yeah.
Great. And 1 being the bad men of television history, your Walter White's, Don Draper's, men who actively harm their families. Alex, another example?
What about Homer?
Homer Simpson.
Homer is a
I'll
pretty
take
bad. I mean, the choking alone.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he goes through it. And he kind of has arcs throughout the 30 some odd seasons, but yeah, he never stops choking, and I'd say that's a pretty bad dad.
By the way, Alex, we had to pull last week's episode down. Fox hit us with a lawsuit for the Marge. Your Marge was too good. They thought we were using audio from the show.
So
So
don't do it again. Come on.
yeah, this episode's gonna be great. Don't do it
I
again. We
won't-
can't
I
take it
won't.
down.
Okay. This has
So-
been a really good episode, so I won't ruin it.
Well, Alex, why don't you go first then with your score for Ray for this episode?
Thanks. All right. I'm going to try and ignore the fact that on a fundamental level, I do disagree with Ray's philosophy because people are entitled to their own opinions. And I would hope that Ray, well, actually, no. Like, it's fine to have that opinion of like, I don't really do like the touchy thing with like the person I live with. That's fine. But like, you should have that conversation before you spend 9 years living together. Like that's probably like a month 2 discussion. Like, hey, I'm not a big cuddler, not year 9 and 3 kids. I think overall Ray's fear of conflict and confrontation drive his actions and like drive him to do really shitty things like lie to his wife. Like overall, like just be fucking awful. And I will appreciate that he does try to solve this problem at the request of Deborah. Going to his priest is an interesting choice, but this is Raymond. But then, of course, trying to, show his wife compassion so that he does not have to touch her. Overall, I'll give him like half a point back for his creativeness at the very, very end of the episode, because that was legitimately very funny.
Oh, yeah, we didn't even talk about that,
Oh,
really.
the switcheroo with the balloon.
I'll give him, yeah, that was fucking amazing. We referenced it in our own shenanigans last night. I'll give him like a 2.75.
2.75.
It was pretty freaking awful.
That's pretty bad. Adam, you go next.
Yeah, thank you. And just to call out Ray's shenanigans, Deborah falls asleep all over him. He, tries to get her off, resolves to using the pretty clever, physics-wise, uses the sheet to pull Deborah back to the other side of the bed, and then swaps himself for the blow-up punching guy, and then gets to Deborah gloms onto it, and he gets to sleep in peace. Pretty clever. I like that. I'm not going to give him any points for it. I think making up the story, bad. Not addressing this at an earlier point, bad. Going to Father Hubley, trying to make a change, good. Finding out that him making a change was purely so that he could get what he wants and he didn't actually learn anything, bad. I'm definitely in your neighborhood, Alex, but I think I'm going to say 2.5.
All right.
So that's where I'm coming in. Mike?
I'm going to say, you know what? I think that Ray gets a bad rap in this episode. Just going to say it. I think he does. Think he didn't do anything wrong. Think he was... No, I'm joking, obviously.
Yeah, don't bring your own personal experiences into
Yeah,
this,
listen,
buddy.
I'll say I sympathize with Ray here. I understand that, sometimes people have very specific sleeping situations and that can be hard to adjust to. I also understand how, women are, they want you to touch them. It's weird. Now, that's number 2. Number
Yeah,
3.
you understand that.
I get it. Number 3.
That was
Mike,
brutal,
we all
Adam.
saw the commencement speech.
We don't need to talk about it. Okay, we don't got it. She brought it up again. Damn.
Yeah, she was the valedictorian, and she used it to
Just continue
know.
calling me a loser.
I gotta say,
To warn
I
people.
I need a shirt that says "You look like a walking don't fuck me" sign. That's the funniest insult I've ever heard.
Shop.postfund.org. It might be up today.
It's so funny. It's so like nonsensical. I love that.
She did get me on that one.
Don't fuck me
Yeah.
sign.
But genuinely, on an actually serious note, like sleeping arrangements and the desire for sleeping situations, that is a major issue in a lot of marriages. There are a lot of couples that have different sleep in different beds, which, hey, listen, do whatever works for you. You have different needs, different sleeping styles, whatever. I just think Ray just didn't want to sacrifice anything here, and that was the fundamental issue. So I'm going to be a little bit kinder than you guys. I don't think I'm going to go as low as that. I think I'm going to give him a 3.2. That kind of adds up to a 2.81 or 2.82 for this episode. I don't know if we're doing hundredths place now.
We'll call it a 2.8.
Okay.
Because that sounds
All right.
right to me.
Yeah.
No, I mean, yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
But another. I mean, this is 2 in a row of bad ones for Ray. He was 3.8 last.
However, there
Yeah.
were some good belly laughs in both of these past episodes. I like this one.
Oh yeah, no, the episode itself
episode.
I really liked.
A lot of very good physical
Ray
comedy.
was a shitty guy
Yeah.
in it.
With-
And like there's an obvious correlation. Like usually the lower Ray does on the barometer, the more I like the episode.
Yeah. That's kind of
Yeah.
how it does. Yeah.
Because it's funny to watch this horrible man be horrible.
Mm-hmm.
He's not horrible. He's pathetic.
Yeah. Sure.
He is pathetic.
And it hurts the people around him. Okay, anything you want to say about Move Over before we get our day started?
Not particularly.
And sorry, Mike, we only got 2 chickens and waffles, so you can gnaw on the cutlery. We had them include cutlery.
I'm continuing to bat 1,000. I will eat the cutlery. Thank you very much.
Anything else you want to say about this episode?
I'm good.
I got all my rage out.
All right, cool. Then that means there's only one last thing to do before we sign off, which is to remind you that we are on Instagram and Threads at barone.zone. We're at facebook.com/baronezone. You can email us at raymond@postfund.org and find us lots of other places. The Baroness Zonus is alive and well. Go to postfund.org/donate to pay what you want to get a monthly bonus episode. Our most recent one was the second installment of our middle rewatch of the episodes that Ray and Doris Roberts appear in of the middle. So that's fun. Go check that out. Next time on the Baroness Zonus for January, we are ranking the episodes in season 1 of Everybody Loves Raymond. Ranking them. So check that out.
Tier list, baby.
Tier list. Check
It's
that
about
out.
time.
See where they fall. We're going to be doing that regularly on the Baroness Zonus, so that's something to look forward to. Big plug. Alex, I think there's only one last thing to say, though.
You sure are. And I gotta say it, I guess. Thanks again. And remember that everybody
Loves
Raymond,
And
and we
love
love
you.
you.